Good morning, everybody. I
Good
was helping
morning.
somebody fix the picture. Good morning, good morning. As we say, afternoon wherever you are in the world. It could be evening for you, but welcome, and we're glad that you guys are here. Everybody look like they like down. You be like, why you down? It's like, so what? The market's in the red. It's like, so what? It's like, start finding something else to get invested in. Take some time to study, do some things, and so. But again, we are still definitely excited about the NFT space and what the possibilities are within the space. We're not going anywhere. So just for the record, in case y'all thought we might be leaving, we're not going anywhere. So just thought I would say that at the very beginning, so you guys knew that. So, Jessica, you got anything to get started with? Or are we good?
Nope, but people out at NFT NYC this week and stuff, they're gonna see how that goes, see some speakers. We are definitely not there, as you can tell. But we know a lot of people in their projects are, or they have somebody that represented them. So we'll see how that goes this year. But yeah, excited to be here another day.
Yeah,
NFTs all day.
the NFTs all day. Let me see if I can share this screen. So here we go, right there. All right, real quick, let's go ahead and like I said, we'll go ahead and get started. Again, there's not a whole bunch of stuff to cover today. We'll see how long we run for today, but we'll just go until we end. If we end early, we end early. Like I said, it's no set time, so I shouldn't say end early. So we'll just go till we just have nothing else we really want to talk about. Just a reminder, this weekend, if you have, again, just a reminder, if you have any friends or family that are considering getting an NFT space, or if you're kind of struggling within NFT space, come on to our free call. We're going to have a free call this Saturday. I had to get my doggone days right. This Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So East Coast folks, that'll be 12 o'clock for you all, and everywhere else in the world, you got to just Google it. But we will be on live on Saturday morning. Just talking about NFT stuff, trying to give you guys some tips as far as what we're doing right now within the space, because I think as people like we talked about it again last week. There's opportunity in the space, but it does take some you doing a little bit of research and figuring out what you're going to invest in. But there is a lot of opportunity right now in the NFT space. And again, we don't know if the market's going to keep going down, if the market's going to stay red. None of those things. We take those things into consideration, and so we're not saying to go out and be hasty as far as just jumping into every NFT project. We're being very, very selective on what we're buying and if we're buying anything. There's a few things we'll buy here and there, but overall, we're still kind of like just sitting to the side, trying to see what the market's what it's going to end up doing. So, but again, this Saturday, like I said, if you have friends, there's no cost or anything to hop on and join us. Like I said, just go on to our. I think there's a link that you all will see. You can just feel free to go on and sign up for that. And there's no strings attached. It's like, come enjoy if you want to enjoy. If you don't want to come, hey, sorry, but we're going to put some good information again this Saturday. So hopefully we'll see you all there on this Saturday. Okay, so I'll remind you guys at the end of this too. Okay, all right, let's go. All right, let's get to some of the news that's been happening. Like donations still coming in.
Yeah, especially for the Ukraine. We know that everything that's going on there in the war, and we still, praying a lot for whatever's going on in that country and everything that they are facing. But as you can see, there are a lot of stuff in the crypto space. People were doing donations, sending over money. There, things weren't tied down by crypto money. You didn't have to go through certain things like the government does to be able to send money. So a lot of people in this space did step up. This is one of the things that they did do with the sale of a crypto punk. And they donated the 900 ETH, which of course was over 100K, depending on, I'm not sure if they've already spent that. The money does go quickly for some of those things out there. So a lot of families in need. So if they did already, use that, and it was before also even the ETH came down, then it would have even been a higher value. So
just I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this right here.
Yeah.
I was like, dog, in April they had an offer too.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like 288,000 at that time. But again, like I said, nobody expects everything to jump down. And I think they were probably looking at it as far as trying to help, like you said, is help as many people as possible. And so, still $100,000 as a donation, I think it's still it's good.
That's right. especially like I said, with things like this. There's a lot of different things people are doing with Spice, Ukraine, especially when it comes to donating and trying to make sure people are able to do stuff. They even do stuff in the health department, and like I said, with crypto and the money, their funds are freed up to not have to go through certain regulations or certain steps to be able to donate or send money. So a lot of people are definitely generous in this space. So it's just like I said, some of those things that you can see that's still going on currently in the news, and some of the things that articles that have been coming out in regards to some of the things that are taking place still, especially when it's coming to donation for certain causes.
Yeah, so good stuff. Good. Congratulations on that one. That's good stuff. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, we used to be like talking about the B word. Now we're like the T word.
That's right. And then you have companies coming out, or they're already doing the research for you. This one that definitely came out and said they're going to be worth about $5 trillion by 2030. We do know that is not too far away. It is some time, but if you are investing now and paying things lower, especially when you're picking up stuff in the bear markets and getting them at lower prices, you can usually ride through the markets, the ups and the downs. So it is really good to, like she's saying, come to that call, learn how to pick up certain things in the bear market that will have value, that have team behind them, that have community and things behind them, things to look for. And like you say, $5 trillion by 2030. If you already have some of the land or some of the assets and stuff, some of those things are going to pay out very well for you. You would expect most people, that number is going to go up especially, but most brands and things like that should be entering into the metaverse by that time, or have already positioned themselves to be in the metaverse. So as we know, NFTs will be able to use for any type of anything. You can put it to any case use, restaurants, you can go to anything that you want to do, games. There's a lot of different things you can use it for, homes, deeds, verifications, authentication. And so definitely seeing 5 trillion, it's the numbers are getting bigger. Hopefully we'll continue to see those numbers get bigger as we see more people coming into the mainstream adoption on sides of things like games and sports that are bringing a lot of people in. So I definitely love to see 5 trillion. Like I said, if you can ride it through, still making your money as you're going through, you're going to be in a pretty good position come that time. Some of people are treating these as investments, of course. Some people are just using it as a technology and loving the technology. Some people are the asset side of it. So I hope that 5 trillion, double, triple, but it's great to see like those type of numbers are looking to be, made in this space by that time.
Yep. It's like, what part of the 5 trillion, how much of that are you going to make? Because I would see the numbers. I'd be like, I just need a little portion of that. But I got a calculation of how much do I want of the $5 trillion. So, definitely make sure you're thinking about that, and don't just get oohed and all because someone's making they say it's going to be 5 trillion. Try to figure out an equation of how much of that you can get for yourself too, for you and your family.
Oh, yeah. Market analyst, the startup Magic Eden valuation surged tenfold to 1.6 billion. You can see this is going to be in the Solano network, but it is major money still coming into some of these marketplaces, and a lot of them are, figuring out what to do. There may be certain things, just like anything, certain ones were over there. Some people did get scammed. It's no different than if it was on Ethereum, but it's always going to be about you also picking what projects to go into, and you having some type of rules of things that you're going to buy. If you're a flipper, you like to just look at the activity, that's fine. But especially in this space, activity can be manipulated, and by the time you get in, it's gone. And so it's
you are the activity.
Yeah, you are the activity. So don't just go in stuff if you don't know how to look into the market on certain projects, especially into flipping. But of course, there's other things out there. Of course, we know besides Ethereum and other chains that are out there that you can also be looking at too if you want to take a position. If you're finding the right projects with the right team, still with the community. Like I said, certain check marks that you should still check off if you're going to be looking to evaluate or invest in some of those projects. But seeing where the money's going, and then seeing if once you see where the money's going, see if you have an opportunity in there to make money from whatever you have your checklist with, and just go with it, and always have that amount of money that you are willing to risk in losing. At the same time, we all may have that, okay, $500, $1,000, some could be 100, but always have your little plan in there of what you are expecting to do. And since you do see some of the money is going to Magic Eden, maybe you can find out some things of who else is building or what else is going on over there. But it's really important in this space to do your own research no matter what's going on.
Because I think that's a good point you bring up, as far as having your own plan. Because I know a lot of people ask us the same question, like, well, what do you plan on doing? And it's like, okay, well, we because we've done more research, or we kind of, dug in deeper on some of the projects that we're invested in. We're either a long term position on some of the things, but I think it's important, again, like you said, that everybody really needs to have their own thing. Don't base it off of what I do, because you never know when I may say, hey, you know what, this plan is not working out any longer for me. I'm gonna go ahead and exit. And I think we were talking about it on our call, even was it last night? I'm trying to get my doggone days, and it was just last night. As far as, even as far as how people will try to do with trading and stuff, it's like you may get in and try to invest because someone told you about a particular coin, but you have no idea when they got out. And you're just trying to go off of, based off of what they said. And I mean, and most people have good intention, though. So I'm not saying it's bad intention on what someone's trying to tell you as far as getting in. I'm definitely not saying that. But I'm just saying, have your own game plan, literally, because I know that there's opportunity for a lot of people to make a lot of money with a smaller percentage. If you're consistently making 3 to 5%, and I know in crypto, you're like, is that it? Is that all you're making? But that could easily start making you very wealthy in the long run if you consistently get that. Because I mean, you look at overall, as far as if you're going in and you're losing so much money every single doggone day, and then all of a sudden now you're talking about making smaller percentages, then that doesn't mount up. But if you're going in and consistently making those smaller percentages, it will continue to add up. And so get your own game plan as far as what you're looking for. I always tell people, like, most people always think, well, I want to get in, I want to pay my house off, I want to get in. It's like, but can you at least start by just paying off the payment, making a payment, a car payment and a house payment, and then we can talk about paying all those things off. And so, because it is possible, it's very possible within the space, but having your own thing set up is going to be very important, for what you need to do for yourself. Okay.
Yeah, crypto startup MoonPay launches NFT platform with Universal and Fox. Of course, like you said, a lot of things with people coming into this space. It's an onboarding process and having to learn MetaMask and having to learn ETH, how to send it, how to receive it. Some of that is just really over people's head right now. So, of course, MoonPay is out there allowing you to use your cards or use your card to straight purchase crypto. And it sometimes seems a lot easier for people to just have that opportunity, especially with mainstream. And a lot of people have not looked into the technology side of knowing why it's important to have your wallets that you own the keys to, or having ledgers and other things that you have access to your assets, and that no one else can possibly take unless there's some kind of scam. So, but yeah, as you can see, MoonPay, especially with those, you see they're partnering with Universal Pictures, Fox Corporation, and the Snoop Dogg's Death Row Records. We've seen before Snoop Dogg had signed some of the CloneX for that on there. Also, other brands to launch an NFT platform called Hypermint. And so a lot of different things going on in this article, a lot of information, a lot of stuff that you can do some research on if you want to find out more about it. It's definitely also important sometimes when you're investing in those projects that you're able to see where that when you're investing in those projects, where you can make more opportunity out of those things. And so see where they're going. If the projects that they're doing that will accept MoonPay seems to be something that will be of value to you, or even something that you just want to invest in because you like it as a collector's point of view, keep track of those and see with that onboarding process, especially for mainstream, it will be a lot easier for more investors to come into that project.
I'm going to move this article over here because I know you just said something that I thought was really good too. Even this article, was talking about doing films and stuff as far as doing a series on crypto. I think it's important, as more and more people are getting into the space, you got to make it simple. Because I think that's one of the things that keeps deterring people so much, because we try to overcomplicate. And I know it seemed like when you've been in, you're like, it's really easy. Like, yeah, it is easy once you've been here. But at the beginning, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for any of us, trying to figure out how to do the terminology, what does this exactly mean? What are all these different ecosystems? It can be very overwhelming. So I'm hoping, I saw this article that came out about the Japanese film studio that was doing some productions. I'm hoping that they might be one of the people that might continue to help make more people want to come into it by breaking it down really simple. That's what, for even us, what we're trying to do. We do try to make it as simple as possible. I think you can definitely, can we go on and talk with the big people if we wanted to, as far as trying to say all the lingo and all the different things? Absolutely. We could talk with anyone. But at the same time, that doesn't prove anything to anybody if the general public don't understand it. And so I think, of us who are in the space already, again, always think about those things. I think as far as, especially when we're talking about whether we're trying to get our family invested into the NFT space and things like that. It's a matter of, for one, you got to be able to show them, like, hey, listen, depending on what you got to be able to show them, hey, there is possibilities, and because I've already bought these things and this is what they're worth, you can do things like that. But at the same time, but being able to explain it to them, or to send them over here to us. What's NFTs.com? We continue to try to educate, and try to give you some general information as far as, hey, how do you keep moving forward in this space? So again, as far as this different series that's being done as far as talking about crypto and stuff, I think there's things like that, avenues like that can be very, very good for business for everybody, literally, like I said. But at the same time, it brings more people of the general public also into the space, which is what we definitely need if we're going to continue to grow in this space. Okay, so let's say that.
Here we go. NFTers expecting diverse and electric audience to drive utility narrative of NFTs. There's both sides of it, of what's going on out there. I hope they have the best event that they do have. This one is going over some of the growth that's shared and, community values. You do have a lot of people over there that are in different communities, a lot of in real life events. If you hold certain assets, you do get access to special events or concerts and other things, restaurants, whatever it may be. There are different communities that are definitely out there that are out there for the conference, and they usually do also outside things. So definitely a lot of stuff going on with the NFT.
They do a lot. Look, you said outside thing. They do a lot of outside things.
Yes, a lot.
Everybody was talking about everybody was like, well, outside events are like really, really good. I'm like, oh, okay, everybody doing the outside events. Okay. I'm sorry, Jessica, go ahead.
Oh, no, yeah, that's right. But as you can see also, they do have quite a bit of speakers, 1,500 speakers across panels. So that's a lot going on. Sometimes, depending on what speakers you're looking to hear, you do have to figure out which ones to go and attend, because there's quite a lot of speakers going on. Sometimes you like that, and sometimes, it is what it is. They're filling out. They allow you to fill out to even be a speaker yourself. Some people were picked and some people weren't. As you can see, it's quite a bit of number that are out there. You can see that even with their attendance figures of what they had from last year to 5,000, it was 5,000 to over now 15,000 this time around. So as you can see, it's definitely, double, tripled in the numbers of the attendees that are going out there. And hopefully it's a great experience for those that are out there doing it right now or able to meet with their communities and stuff like that. But overall, for the NFT space, when we do have quite a bit of people that are coming together like that, it just speaks volumes. Like I said, especially the growth from last year to this year. There could be a number of reasons why people are now finally showing up this year versus, I know even COVID and stuff was going on. So we did hear it's a bros club out there. I'm not sure if it's still a bros club right now, but we definitely have a lot of women pioneering in this space, been there, done that, and have even been there before many other men. So, but it's just, I guess, the attendees, and right now we do know there's not too many women that are in this space. But once they do find out, hopefully they'll be coming in droves of coming over into this space, especially once they, they're leading even with their families. And so teaching their kids on stuff with NFTs and assets to be very important. Once they even figure out that value and that side of it, that their kids will have opportunities in this space as artists, as collectors, and whatever not. Like, there's plenty of things that they can do to making money in this space, even as youth. So yeah, we'll see how it goes and see, a lot of people on Twitter are posting everything. You have a lot of different things, people displaying their, especially their billboards, or a lot of digital billboards. Forced to be on Times Square. You've seen a lot of things are now updated. Some things look 3D, some things like they're moving off of the wall. And that's just the better technology you get, the better, things like that will be able to be displayed. And so it's exciting to see, some of this going on. We'll see how it ends with everything. And like I say, it goes both ways. I don't want to say good or bad. I just want to see how it ends, because I've seen a lot on Twitter. When you follow a lot, you see a lot of people posting even their opinions on certain things. So we'll see how this ends up going.
Yeah, because I did, and I applied to be a speaker there. I didn't get picked to be a speaker, but it's like, for me, it's a matter of like, okay, that's another one. Whatever else, if there's another one come up, I'll apply for that one to try to keep getting out there as far as talking, as far as diversifying, as far as the panelists who are who are out there doing the speaking. I think that's going to be very important. As more and more, if we want to bring more people in, not just women, but especially even minority type women and minority men also. I think it's going to be very important. I think some of the I think Gary Vee was very good. I think he was very good as far as having his panel and stuff, the people who were coming on and talking. I think there were some good things that were there. I do see that he's definitely reaching across a lot of aisles to try to make things happen in that aspect. But again, it ain't no hard feelings. They ain't like I'm like, well, y'all didn't pick me. I don't listen. There's more in life.
Got
there,
too many people. Look
yeah,
at application, buy application, see you application.
there was, and I know they had a lot of applications. So I'm not saying that I was like this extra person that's qualified for all. It's like whatever. It's like, but I still feel like it's a process because for me, I think sometimes when I'm applying for certain things, as far as trying to get us, get us out there even more. It's a matter of like if maybe I may not get picked, but someone else behind me may need to know the process of what is the process like and what do I need to do. I'm
And I'm
that
so
person.
happy for her, y'all, because she want to talk everywhere, and I'll be like, "Please do it. I do not care. I do not feel like doing like some of them are hits and yes, and then some of them, like you say, you won't know, but you just have to attempt to do it. This was one of the ones that, like you said, we knew allowed a lot of speakers into it. So sometimes with the panels, you can get lost in there, and if you don't have enough time to speak, sometimes it is good, and sometimes it's just you may not be able to get into the front of people because of how many speakers that they're having for some of those things. But like you said, getting yourself out there, getting us out there, that's really good and stuff like this. Some people like me, I'm like, I do not need to be out there. I do not even care if they know my name. So, but yeah, at least you got one that won't always speak.
I'm like, I don't care. It don't bother me. It's like I want to try to keep educating, get our community more involved. That's the whole reason.
Yeah,
Like
education
try
is
to
the
tell
key.
as many people as possible. So, but again, hopefully this event went very, very well. For hopefully it's going very well for people who are actually at the event. Okay. Okay, Sandbox. I know Sandbox is still definitely trying to do some things. I know it said the other day. I think that all the coins. I haven't checked their pricing. Actually, they're back up at 90 something cents, but they went up by about 20% because of another collaboration that they're doing with the major entertainment firm. And so, I think as you're going through the space, as far as still trying to figure out who do you want to invest in. What do you want? Is it Sandbox? Is it Decentraland? Whatever one it is NFT World, whichever one it is that you want to invest in. Make sure you're going on and doing some research on that. Look again, and as we always keep saying, look and see who they're making partnership with. If they're making great partnerships, they'll probably be able. They're more than likely one of those ones that will probably be able to weather the storm if we continue to go into a bearish market. Doesn't mean that their stuff is not going to go down. It just means for you. I just look at everything again. This is another opportunity for those who missed it from the first run up. Again, not to say it's going to come up the next month or next year. It doesn't. I'm not saying all the things, but if you're investing in some of the ones who are definitely making some of the bigger partnerships for those particular companies to end up going down, it's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to, and like I said, not to say that it ain't possible. Just be very we're in crypto. So it is still possible, but again, as far as you doing your due diligence to make sure at least you've investigated, and from the information that you currently have, it looks like that particular metaverse land will be successful. So again, I know they do have they're trying to go over the $4 billion evaluation. Again, but you look at the chart, it has been coming down. Okay. Either you're going to look at this chart and say, okay, and like I said, sometimes you can look at this chart and be like, hey, I don't even want to participate in that. But again, when they're starting to do more and more partnerships with some of the bigger companies, there is also that opportunity that, hey, you might be able to get in for the next run up. Okay. So again, they're definitely still doing some things. Their coin is actually doing some things. So again, not only if you can't invest into the metaverse land, they do actually have a coin too that you can go on and you can invest in to potentially make some money back on that, possibly on the upside. So just want to say that is Sandbox.
Oh yeah, this summer this is about the Nifty 5. This is one of the Looney Tunes that they've launched. They've had some other projects all over there. Also, we've had the Space Jam, they've had the Matrix, they've had some skateboards with different artists and things like that. So it is very early. They also were coming out. If you looked at Nifty 5, they're trying to get the masses of numbers. So usually the items they have are a lot higher in quantity. So that may be one of the reasons why the marketplace isn't moving as much, because those masses are not here no matter what. So the volume on a lot of those products that previously have come out is going to be lower. Some of the prices can be on the floor for some of those items. So when you are going out there and you are investing in some of these things or looking to collect some of these things, keep that in mind. A lot of the projects we're going to go low because, like I said, the mainstream adoption is not here, and they may have a supply now of 50 or 100,000 when most supplies are at 10,000. And so different projects will do that because of the at least the community fan base that they feel they have already out there. But like I said, if they're not here yet, then that does not matter. You're going to have the same people currently buying those, and most people that are maybe in the space right now maybe not be into that. So it doesn't necessarily speak bad for the project or anything. It just means, you have to do a little more research or a lot more hold time with some of these things. And not everything is meant to go to hundreds of thousands and $10,000. You could literally be a Tweety Bird collector, love Tweety Bird as a child, So don't go over there just trying to. If you are looking to just only make the money out of things, then it's not something for you to go look at and do. But like I said, a lot of people want to also do the collector side of things, and so this was maybe definitely in a lot of people's childhood. And so if you do feel like you want to go over there, they haven't sold too many or had too many that have come out, but.
They're running so 1,400.
10,000, 1,400 are there. So a lot of people don't want to spend no money in the space. Even for $80 right now, you would think it's not a lot, but people are like, no, I'm sidelined. Eat this down. Everything's down. The market's down. And then they may also they'll know where the value's coming in for some of these. Like I said, there's other projects that are currently over here, as you see up top, and you can check out the marketplace, check out the volume before you go and buying things on certain chains. Just see exactly what's going on with it. It's now some numbers and things over there. And if you want to choose to buy those at $80 each, that's fine. Or maybe they'll come in and cut it off and say, we're going to burn the rest and make the ones that are out there that are scarce. And then you may choose to do it at that time. Not to say they're going to do that, but you can even see Damon Hirst was, those were pretty high items for his artwork also. And there's some other things over there. Of course, the Space Jam with LeBron James and other artists have dropped other things that are currently going out and things that they're speaking to with the shift in the latest NFT collection exclusively. They got music and fashion that they're trying to go capture, that they're also coming over and dropping. So those ones have a lot less. If you are into anybody or into any of that art or artists, you can't choose to buy that. But like I said, always keep in mind when you're going to invest in something or buy something that you may expect it to go to zero, or definitely make sure to do your own research. And it still could go to zero, which you do your own research, because something can happen with the launch of a site or anything. So that's why when I say go to zero, it's not that the project's any good, but it's things that can happen that can cause that. And nothing that you did in that decision.
Yep, very true. Yep, very good. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. The Dolce & Gabbana boxes, people that did get those Dolce & Gabbana boxes, you may have picked them up on the secondary at a cheaper price point, but they did have an airdrop for those items that came in. So if you do happen to have those Dolce & Gabbana boxes, just go ahead and double check that. Check the items that are currently in there that you may have in your wallet. If you want to buy any of them, you can buy some also. You should be able to dress your different avatars that you may have in these outfits, especially going into I know they're connected to Decentraland, and then there's other ecosystems that I believe that you're going to definitely be able to wear some of these in over there. And so, different items have come out. Different brands are coming out. Some have bigger, fan bases than others. But yeah, if you are in here, we've talked about things like even where to earn that should be coming out down the line. Not to say that you're going to 100% have the opportunity with these items to where to earn, but if you know some of the things that have been built out where you can now get paid for your avatars to wear things in the metaverse, then you're starting to look for like, okay, well, who may do that? Who may introduce that? What brands are, already considered luxury brands? And if you want to pick up a couple on the floor, I think some of them like $50, $39. That's if you have a set amount, okay, I'll go spend $150 on those outfits to take the risk of not knowing exactly where it's going to go, but also taking the risk of hopefully once people that do come in that do follow that or like that brand, they may buy them or may create an opportunity for me in my avatars to be able to make some type of income from other ways that things are being applied into the ecosystem, like where to earn concepts. So just wanted to share that. Like I said, some of these are free for those that have the boxes. You were able to get a free one also if you had multiple boxes. Like I have 2, so I did get another extra item.
Somebody got my box. Somebody got my stuff.
Somebody over at that house. So got that.
Somebody at my house got my box somewhere in one of them wallets. Remind me, I got a box somewhere. Shoot.
Oh man. Just want to update people on that. If you don't have the box, you didn't need the box. This is one of the assets that you got dropped. Some people's boxes, you get the metaverse attire. Some you're going to get the physical items, shoes, sweaters, and different things like that. But this is one that every box holder was entitled to if you just held onto your box in your wallet.
Good stuff. All right, good. Okay, that was the airdrop. Okay, the blockchain.
Yep.
Real estate.
Yeah, in-depth research. It was so funny though. It was one guy that listed his, and then the price of ETH came down. It was like it was going to be like 18. I forgot how many millions of loss it was going to be. But there's certain things you do want to do, and there's certain things you don't want
Yeah.
to do. You might have to protect that next time. Do half and half or 25% in crypto and something. But it didn't sell, so it wasn't a worry or a concern for that person or anything. But yeah, as you can see, it's saying it's disrupting the real estate industry with many different things. As you can, especially when you're coming and talk the metaverse, and then what land is going on, the sales, the opportunity, some of the things you can do with tokenization, especially with when you're talking about augmented reality. We know people are building in this metaverse also over the real world, and so there's going to be different things that you can do and have opportunity. We know people are even building out things like when you're going to be seeing digital, like if you go into Disneyland and stuff, they're going to be able to see the characters right in front of you, looking like they're walking with no background behind them, like they're actually there and presently in front of you. So it's going to be affecting a lot of different industries in different ways. As you see, in-depth research report delves deep into the market of tokenization of real estate properties worldwide as it surpasses 20 billion in size. I'm sorry, 20 billion in size. And this report does go over more stuff in details about even some of the stuff that's going on with the tokenization. And as you see, if it's disrupted it already, and
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't even in it yet and know about it. But if you are early enough to get it, and not to say that you, even if you buy the real estate, it makes a lot of opportunity to sell before the long term on some of these things. So you do have to make a decision on that. That's why even times we have like a 3 rule. We'll get 3 of something or at minimum on certain things. And with land, it can be you can get a lot more, and then you're just waiting for the technology to advance for some of those projects to be able to fulfill some of the things that they do want to do on their roadmap. But yeah, it goes over the emerging technology disrupting the traditional market, especially like we talk about 5G, Web3, and all those other things, and how they're going to make an impact. Having empty fields can now you can put stuff in by some of the technology and the graphics, holographics that have been merged in with some of this technology. You can have an empty field, and it can be designed as whatever you want it to. So yeah, and we're going to see this continue to change, and we're going
Yeah.
to see, especially with the technology, how things are moving forward, what opportunities will be out there. And then it's if you're ahead of this and knowing some of those things that are coming, you can position yourself in certain places and certain things that you probably didn't imagine doing before. So yeah, just keep it.
And
See,
like you said, a lot of people are still even going on using it to buy real estate, to buy more and more. So it's their strategy behind everything with the blockchain. If you could just be creative enough to figure out and put the pieces together, it is mind blowing of the opportunity. Uh,
yes, it is.
Without having to take all the risk by yourself. It's good. So, but again, real estate is definitely changing in that aspect. Okay, let's keep moving here. Oh, this was an artifact thing.
Oh yeah, just go over briefly over this. This was one of the threads brought on. We know there was an announcement a not almost a couple of weeks ago now, where it's going to be allowing people to be able to buy. I don't know how the process. You're going to get airdropped or what, but you're going to be able to get this. This is a luxury brand, I should say, line, and they do perfumes, and so they're going to be dropping to CloneX, or you're going to have to go and claim them. There's going to be 4,000 NFTs where you'll be able to take 2 of those NFTs and create them into a perfume. But then you also have it that your clone is going to be able to wear some of those perfumes, and with those perfumes, they're going to create or a different aura for your clone. It may be special skins, it may be special. Different like access to it, or make it upgradable to have certain things it can do specifically even in the play to earn ecosystem, making it more valuable, making the items that they currently wear more scarce. And so just a lot of things that you can do with this. Some people didn't really connect the dots on some of these things. They were like, why would I want perfume in the metaverse? But it was so much more deeper than that. And then if you understand smart contracts and the gameplay of sites with the assets, you'll know that could have a lot of value down the line. It may be able especially for the skin itself. We know certain skins can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Certain skins can sell for $1,000, $2,000. And if it makes those items more valuable for your clone, especially when you have a 20,000 clones and there's only going to be 4,000 of them, there's definitely scarcity there. And so, like I said, play to earn, it could allow you to get more increased value of maybe collecting something, more energy. And we know you know how to play to earn. You're playing for a currency or a digital asset that can be definitely, whatever their coin would be can be traded into ETH if you want to sell out, or whatever coin they're going to choose to do. So yeah, just one of those things that are out there, and a lot of people aren't connecting the dots because of the gameplay of sites, and maybe not understanding how smart contracts work and game assets and even the skins. And as you see, some of those skins that they talked about, even in that thread, we're going over some of the high price sales over certain items. And a lot of people don't even know like a lot of this is even going on. So like I say, that's why it's important for you to do your own research, see what play to earn does, how it affects you, how it currently affects you. Is it better for you in your future or not? And I believe the people having the control and making the money themselves off of their items definitely does versus only the developer. So definitely still do some research into that. See, even for me, I would go in and looking at more skins and what's the sale of that and how does that make value and scarcity. So just something to check out and something to understand. If you are able to get one of these because you had a Clone X, make sure you know what you have.
Before you sell it. Shoot. If you decide. Well, that's good stuff. Good, Jessica. Thanks. Okay. Blancos, Burberry. Again, there's going to be 750 of these particular game characters. That's what I call them. That's what should I call them, little game characters. I think again, as far as with their graphics of skin, we keep saying the same thing over and over again about Blancos. Some of their graphics still continue to look very good. As they're still continuing to develop out. Is it going to be a longer term process for them? It could very well be. But again, one great partnership could really change some things for them. I mean, and they are still doing some very, very big things on the backside as far as, with their company. But again, this particular drop is going to be happening tomorrow. And this is one of the pricier ones. These, I believe, what you say was 350, Jessica?
Yes, 350.
Yeah, no, they're just 349. Yeah, right here.
Also keep in mind they have partnerships already also that are like for different game consoles, and so that's important for the mainstream where you can play the game. If it's just on a computer, is it on the phone? Is it also going to be on the PlayStation? Is it going to be on the Wii? So definitely looking at those projects are those brands that already have those things established and are still building. We are very early, and so no matter what, especially when it comes to AAA games, we know it could take years and years to build some of those, but they've already been building. And so still, even if we bought these in 2020 and the founders and everything, we know we're still early no matter how long it's been. So keep in mind of that you are going to be very early to a lot of these things. And it's still only the community of people that probably are playing the game that are currently looking to buy these right now. And so make sure you keep that in mind. There are cheaper items you can buy like the boombox also and other things, but
$100 for the boombox. They even got the chain. Is that going to be the chain for $49? Mm-hmm. Oh, look at the shoes and then the sliders for $64. So they got more accessories on this one than I've seen before on most of them. It doesn't seem like they have as many accessories, but I think they had with the armbands the last time and the shoes, if I remember correctly, on the last one.
That's right.
But on this one, it had it. Oh, and it even got the hat too. So again, like I said, as far as going on, as far as for us, when I buy some of this. Some of the items here, it's not a matter of what I'm looking as far as going on and possibly doing a quick turnaround on these. For me, it's again one of those scenarios where I think getting invested, if you're going to have if this game is going to continue to develop and do what it's doing, it's something that down the line it could be worth it could be worth selling at that point. Okay, so that's how we're definitely looking at some of those. Okay, Jessica, anything else that you got on that? Are we good on that?
Oh yeah, I'm good on that.
Okay, all right, so I think that's it. So listen, I know we're on and off fairly quickly today, but again, there's not a whole bunch as far as to keep talking about. Again, for us, we are definitely going back, and like I said, we'll be sharing that information with some of the information of what we're going to be going back and looking for on this weekend's call. So again, this Saturday we're going to be doing the free call. There's no payment, so free call if you'd like to hop on and talk and be on the Zoom with us. As far as we'll be sharing some of the things that we're still looking to invest in this bear market, because again, there's opportunity if you know what to kind of invest in, or if you know what to at least go on and research about to try to make some money once we come out of this bear market. So again, and I don't, for me, even as far as the bear market is concerned, there's still money to be made in the bear market. So I'm not sitting there saying, well, oh my God, you can't make any money in the bear market. No, there's money to be made if you know what you're doing in this particular space. So don't get hung up on, oh, we're in a bear market and everything's horrible. There's too much money to be made even now in a bear market. So just wanted to say those couple things. But again, like I said, this Saturday, if you all are free, please hop on with us at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. We'd love to have you guys on. Or if you have any friends or family, please definitely send them. And like always, if you have friends or family, please continue to send them to whatsnfts.com. Whatsnfts.com if they're on this, if you're Google. Googling that particular name. Otherwise, if you're on Facebook, it's just Talkin NFTs on Facebook. Okay. Just anything else after that? I think I've covered most of it. Are we good to go?
Oh no.
Okay. Okay, she muted. I think. All right.
Sorry,
Yeah, your dog. Okay, we're good. All right, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you all next week. You guys have a very good one.